Hey there, Commanders. Welcome to another exciting Steel Division 2 match. I'm your host, Too Old for Gaming, and today we're playing on Sluisk. We got Tick moving in with a ME410 to scout the enemy, LA5 FN on his tail, trying to keep position. Will he make it out? Is the question. No, he does not. Gets shot down by the cannons. Now we got some WW2 You can see them firing at the LA5 FNs as they enter in. Nice little bombing run on the enemy's road entering the main town here. Will they make it out, though? This guy's still got bombs loaded on him. He's not going to turn very easily. Exciting start here in Phase A. WW2 is knocked out of the sky. Will the second one make it? No. So Tick loses all of his aircraft. I'm playing as the new 13th Division from the Hungarians. I was not paying attention and accidentally moved my leader over here when I thought it was this leader, who is a commander. A little unorthodox, I think, in my deployment. I've started off here with a 100mm howitzer with radios, some Lovas infantry, a leader who's in the wrong spot, and a Bofors copy. LA5 FN may go down. He gets out of visibility and disappears. So, Bad Kill and Monty's dog backing me up in my sector. Monty's decided he's just going to go full tilt ahead. He is playing with the same deck as me, so if you guys want to see how to play this deck in a 10 versus 10, keep watching. And it's always more fun when you coordinate with friends, so if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. And check out the Discord. It should be down there in the description. Promise you everyone's very friendly. Panzer 3Ls knock out the M3 recon vehicle and are spotting the Rezvedka team. I'm going to attempt to walk this poor guy across this bridge out in the open. I'm not sure if he's going to make it. He's running as fast as he can. Rifles teams engaging the Lovas, who are on the March of Death with an MG34 behind them. Also got a Cromwell 5 with a 75mm cannon on the front, lobbing shells at them. MG34 is on the move. All these guys triple vetted thanks to the leader he's brought in. Definitely reduces the amount of damage they take and suppression. Always bring a leader if you can. I have my 40M here backing him up, firing at the Cromwell. It's having trouble penetrating. We knock out the loader. Our AP rounds can do 75, so we should be able to pen him if we get lucky. I don't know if it's not going to tell me the odds here, I think. No. So my leader unfortunately got smoked, I think, by an M42, but we did knock out the Cromwell 5. A lot of Monty's stuff is suppressed now. I'm bringing in ME210CA1s. See if I can do anything about this Cromwell 6. Cromwell 6 come with that 95mm howitzer attached to them, so they are a real problem for infantry. Unfortunately for me, the enemy has significant AA already set up. Will this one drop on? I think we might hit him. But those are some small bombs. He may have taken a little bit of damage, most missed. So he's fully suppressed here, but my Lovas are moving into position. I brought in a replacement leader after I gave that one up for no reason. And we're fighting against some English and I thought an American, so there's two divisions in here that I can see. I moved my Bofors forward. Remember, we saw a lot of enemy fighter bombers. I don't want all my guys to get taken out by them. So some bigger caliber artillery rounds hitting his position here. Monty's reluctant to fall them back. The leader goes down, so they might start fleeing soon. Pack 40 set up out in the open field, trying to knock out that T-34. Second one on the left. These guys are in a really bad spot. My Lovas doing a little bit better walking through the town. Yak 9 trying to make our position, but does not. To my right, quadruple, whatever, X guy, heading up to get the bridge and doing a good job with the Sturmjägers. He does have a roadblock in Panzer Panther's IS-2, but there's so many buildings here, so who cares? I have brought in 50mm mortars to help suppress some superior enemy infantry. And I love us just have a single 31M machine gun. I like in this new division that you get those S-18-100s. Those are kind of cool. Although I have complained about their effectiveness. Let's see what's happening over here. So Tick, I know Tick was on this side. He has pushed all the way over, which is great. Enemy doing a heavy investment in artillery, always a terrible idea early in Phase A. Unless you are coordinating with somebody else in the match who's going to take your spot on the field. It's just simply not worth doing that. Do it later when you get more points. So more Lovas moving in. Unfortunately, those guys pretty much got wiped out outside of 2 squads, but we have moved the line forward. Again, my infantry in cover doing much better. We do have some pioneers up here. These 31Ms get a light machine gun. Some of the other Hungarians do not. Nice to have that extra range. See an assault happening to our right. I'm kind of curious about this. So it looks like another player here, Papu, is almost got the enemy flag here with some infantry. There's an 85mm shooting at him, knocking out his Panzergrenz, but we have Pack 36R here. A 9D. 9Ds are surprisingly effective at taking out enemies. And a Yag Panther. So I think we're going to get that. There's an ISU 152. That could be the biggest problem, but it's a 1913 already. My goal, guys, if you watch till the end, is to get this flag. We've already gotten the bridge. I want to secure as much of this area in the match as I can. But my objective in this game is always to capture flags. I don't care a lot less about the points at the end. Yes, it is cool when you get the top spot, but I like to win. I brought in a leader tank, a Stug 3G. Help move forward with the infantry. And another, almost a platoon here of infantry. And a medium machine gun position in this MG34. Enemy Strelky SVT team's getting pushed off. And it will be nice if I can get somebody inside this church eventually. Take a look at our left. So there was an assault over here. And unfortunately for them, Tiny Tails has managed to capture the farm. I don't know what happened. Everything got wiped. We've got Monty Stug up here. That's like this guy just gave up. You also have Nipsel here. Maybe that's why we're not seeing any units. And over here, doesn't look like a big engagement happened. Not sure what's going on in that sector. We have been shelled quite a bit. I'm directing my 100 on. These are only 50 points. They come with 50 rounds of ammo, which is a decent amount. So, tip for you guys, always keep your stuff moving forward if possible. If you're not moving, you're an artillery target. My 40M is still alive. He hasn't moved, and he's been shelled a lot. But this is such a good position for an anti-tank gun or support weapon. These things are only 25 points, so I've got quite a few of them. I'll just bring in more. LA5's coming back in, just like at the beginning of the match. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Suppresses everyone. The Vickers pinning people down too. Both planes get shot down by anti-aircraft fire, though. That's big for us. You can see one of those units shooting at us in the back. Seven-1 from Bad Kill, putting in work. Knock out another aircraft from the enemy. Now we're going to get hit with 356s. So this is, to me, is... If you're doing this in Phase A, you're getting pushed off, and in Phase A, that's it. I don't know how... I can't remember how much those cost, but that is... To me, that's telling me you gave up, basically. Like, you're not going to buy tanks or anti-tank guns. You're not going to smoke me off. You just kind of give up on the game. So I would recommend against it. You can see these aren't doing anything whatsoever. Landing in an open field because it's a massive circle. We'll see if we lose any units from it. Panzer III went down to the T-34-85. You actually saw a unit get killed. You buy a tank. Interesting. And on-map artillery takes out a 15-point mortar. And my... But my Lobos and Pioneers are already moving rapidly towards their flag. Just a little bit of advice. But a lot of hours in 10 versus 10. So we are seeing some tanks from 2 players. I like that to keep the gameplay going. I'm moving my equipment around. Monty's getting the worst of the shelling here. I'll give him props for wanting to march out in the field versus using cover. Appreciate the fact that he's willing to take the brunt of damage for me. That's effective. Now Vickers is knocked out. That's a big win for us. 20 G's from the same guy. I think the same guy who brought an off-map. Can't even take out 20 points. So Cromwells and Fireflies, that's what I'm worried about. Seeing lots of tanks. So that's going to be a problem, but I'm sure we can get through it. That IS-2 is still there. Good staying power from Panzer Panther. My Lovas team getting spotted probably after firing in these Strelkies down here. Same with this guy. I should have put him on a return fire. Now he's getting fire from everywhere. And I'll probably lose my recon position. If you ever get in a church, just put him on a return fire. That's totally my miss. Lovas taking fire from the T-34 and the DT Paras. Triple DTs. So I've got 3 100mm artillery pieces on the board right now, and I've gotten the 120mm mortars. I want to say offhand that these are radio mortars. So, very effective. It looks like I'm going to just let the church be destroyed by throwing an MG-34 in there and firing at their infantry. So the Lovas platoon from Monty is backing me up. It's nice to have a second infantry player over here to fill in the gaps as our squads get wiped out. You know, losing 20 points here and there versus losing 110 here and there. It's a pretty big difference. We can keep bringing people in up close. You're not really using the range here. Church gets knocked out. I think we all knew that was going to happen. Kind of interesting, you get some Raider 40mm. Those are just going to be harder for the enemy to spot. I don't think it's going to add anything else. Maybe they'll move on the ground a little faster. My Lovas firing his S-18. I'm not sure the penetration value of that. It says it can pen 40 mils. I doubt it. I don't believe you can set them to just shoot when they're going to pen. Because it should pen a Cromwell from the side. We look. Side armor's 35, so yeah, within a reasonable distance we could pen him. He's barely getting worried. But we did just damage his transmission. You can still get crits on stuff. Option will tear it up, though. This is basically your long-range Panzerschreck. Cromwell 5 goes down so easy. Reload, fairly decent for a rocket. Lovas holding off the rifles teams, using that cover. Try to bring these ME-210s again to attack the enemy's position. ME-210s, very survivable usually. He might die because he's flying right over the AA. You bring in 2 or 3 at a time, you can usually get almost all of them out. And I want to say they're 95 points. You gonna make it out? I don't think he's smoking yet, so... He was a little bit. Not bad. Option claims another victim. I am going to try and use my 100s against the 85 because he's not moving. I think he's been there for 30 to 60 seconds. Artillery lands. I told you guys, you'll become an artillery target. You got to move your stuff around. Sometimes, like, if you get a big group of tanks together, I may use a hunt order, but if I'm starting to get shelled, I'm going to move it to a move order. Or you're just going to lose everything to mass artillery. This guy's in a great position for his range, although he might be taken out by artillery. Moving up another, what is that, 20.40 millimeter, 25.40 millimeter. And I mean, they've got high explosives. They got 12 of them. Are they good? Great? No. But is it better than nothing? Yes. And my recon team here. It looks like we've got bad kill with some Panzer IIIs moving into support. Over here on the right, it looks like the enemy's starting to push back with some DDs against some disheartened infantry. No tanks outside this one up here from Tick. It looks like he probably lost the Jagdpanther. Something. It's a 22:10 though, 5 minutes to go on the tick timer. And if you're still with me, I really, even though I know this is a pretty big defeat, I really want to get this flag. And so far, we've only really kind of helped to capture one. This is a new unit. Czechoslovakian. I don't know how to pronounce that. Bad kills. Italian bombers not making it in there thanks to the Crusader Mark II and the VZ-39 37mm. Now, Tack on the opposite team, bringing in his air power. P2s. P2 is great. Bomber, usually pretty survivable. Black Panzer Brennies, I feel like perform better than they should. Is this guy gonna get killed by a bomb? One gets bombed. Yeah, he knocked him out with bombs. So the air war here, pretty decent. Got our recon BF-109. He's got a 20mm cannon on this. Can't. Looks like one of those planes went down. I think he's the only one left. Sorry to make you dizzy. I did want to bring in my ME-210s for close air support, so I am trying to shell these guys. I have 3 of them. 2 of them are ready. But I'll bring in the mortars. We can use those for smoke. My 40M is firing at the Firefly. We knocked out the guy inside. I think we're just out of range of the heat shells. Computer's killed. We got the Panzer IIIs firing too. And as he turns and backs up, a round goes through it. I think from one of these Panzer IIIs. I know that these are supposed to be supremely outdated in 1944, but I find them useful. I think they do well with the APCR. They move fast enough, cheap, and they have 2 machine guns. I have affinity for cheap things. Tick has gotten some reconnaissance further up than me to see even more of the road, and the A-20Gs coming back in to drop large bombs on us. Panzer IIIs all go down to rockets. But hey, that's like, what, a single Panther G, basically? I have brought in the Hegi Arkazoks, which are the Raider Pioneers. You can tell they move a lot faster just by looking at them from above. At least I can. No camo, just green. We've got one more of these triple DP-28 teams. I think we may have, yeah, we have a mortar. We have 2 mortars that have survived. These are huge groups. These are massive groups of infantry. So we'll see if we can get in there in the last 2 minutes. 23-9. I think if we capture this flag, we switched over to a major defeat. I'll be curious to see how we did. I'm not sure our kills are going to be absolutely massive in this one. But I will say it was quite fun to play, especially when you're playing closely with other people on Discord. Sexton goes down to Pupchin. Great positioning here by Monty to cut off the enemy. It's really fantastic teamwork. Now he has the Raider MG42 teams. These are another new unit. 2 Molotovs, 10 rifles, 2 submachine guns, and an MG42. I think we surrendered one of these guys. And there's a minute left. We have 24-8. We have a major defeat ahead of us. Looking to throw that bundle. Ooh, he gets a fallback order. And he surrenders. So 10 seconds left. Let's take a look around the map and see what we were left with. So just kind of on the table, and Papu did a great job capping 2 flags here. And wow, the entire left flank fell. So let's take a look at our team stats. Yeah, like I said, I don't think I did too much. 744 to 500. Monty, even though he took a lot of casualties, got in 3rd place in terms of kills, and then Papu did really, really well. Same with Tick in terms of kills. Took quite a few losses, though. Let's see what we killed. So we got that GPA truck, which again I think was a total waste. We got a 107 recon unit. So our 100s took out 2 T-34D5s. These are 50 points. So I'd pick these up, and they get, like I said, I think they got 40 or 50 rounds. Got a Cromwell. Pupchin gets a couple of victims. 120s take out a rifles team, and then we saw that I think a guy killed or surrendered at the end. On the opposite end, Sexton takes out a few units. Just a lot of one-offs. Andrusha didn't even do much. Did the off-map do anything? No. Just don't buy that stuff if you're losing. Get stuff on the ground. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys would do differently. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you'd be so kind, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.